if you're looking at sort of top three things that, as companies are evolving and trying to build their shared value strategies that you've found from some of these case studies, are there sort of a top three things that need to happen?
Well, the first thing, and I hate to say it, that we've probably found is it's pretty hard. It really takes strong leadership, it takes commitment, it takes some time. I think the second thing we've seen is it has to be tied to the core business strategy and competitive positioning. It can't be something that is peripheral or ancillary or there just for show. It's got to really be about the core business case, the economics of the company and the industry, the competitive positioning to make it work. And then the third thing and last thing I'd say is it's really about measurement. It's about tracking the results, both the business benefits and the social benefits, and then understanding the linkage between the two so you can optimize that link. And getting the measurement piece right is something we see even the most advanced companies really struggling with.
And so because that's such an issue, what do you think can be done, especially in that measurements piece? It's something that I think obviously in the shared value space we're grappling with. It's something in the development space that's being grappled with as well. And I think there's probably some cross learnings that can be shared. But what do you think can be done to sort of further advance that process?
Well, I think like everything else, it'll evolve through practice. But I think there's also a shift in mindset, because the mindset behind measurement now is very much one of attribution, of knowing that a single program or a single investment led to a particular result that wouldn't have happened otherwise. And frankly, in a complex world, attribution isn't that simple. It doesn't happen that way. And it creates, I think, a false burden on measurement if you feel you have to prove attribution. I think if you're looking at measuring progress, if you're looking at measuring business results, you can do that in a more timely and cost-effective fashion if you don't get caught up in trying to sort of recreate a social science study against some baseline that proves that your intervention caused this good outcome.
One other thing that I think has been shifting is also the role of NGOs.
Yes.
And so I'm curious to get your perspective on sort of how you've seen NGOs change, how you see the NGO role in sort of engaging around shared value.
Well, I think there's been a real shift from the ingrained assumption that business is the enemy and that the role of NGOs is to be a watchdog for business, to hold them accountable, to publicize what they do wrong and badly, and to mobilize public will to force them into doing things that they wouldn't do otherwise. And instead, I think there's been a recognition that business can be part of the solution. That if you find a solution to a social problem that has a successful business model, it can scale in a way that nonprofit solutions generally cannot. And it can achieve an efficiency that government solutions often do not. And so what we're seeing is that even some of the most anti-business nonprofits from a decade ago, like Greenpeace, are embracing partnerships with business, and partnerships with business that aren't just about getting a check, but are really about finding joint ventures that are profit-making ventures, market-driven solutions to address social problems. And I think that's a tremendously positive step.